Marvel stuff, breaking news, Marvel Universe Wolverine already cast who plays Hugh Jackman. Let's see what the Cosmic Wonder has to say about this and check this out.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder. I'm Warren Thompson, and there's been a lot of awesome news about Deadpool 3 coming out recently. If you haven't been keeping up, it looks like Deadpool 3 is sort of going to be a Avengers Secret Wars Part 1 or a Avengers Prelude movie. Basically, everything that is going to happen in Deadpool 3 is going to go directly into Avengers King Dynasty and Avengers Secret Wars. And I know a lot of people are truly excited for Deadpool 3, but if you're not, don't sleep on this movie because it's going to be great. Obviously, we have Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman as Deadpool and Wolverine in a movie. We really don't need much more than that, but we are getting a lot more. But it's also going to be extremely important. This movie will directly set up the new Avengers films, but will also set up some things for the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. One of those might be the actual Wolverine that we'll get when the new X-Men appear in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, just to clarify, there are going to be Wolverine variants in Deadpool 3. We're not talking about new variants that just might appear for one or two movies, maybe if they appear in Secret Wars again, but we're talking about the actual Wolverine that is going to be in the MCU for 10 plus years, the new one who might ultimately replace Hugh Jackman. We're talking about that Wolverine appearing in Deadpool 3, which would mean, of course, that Marvel Studios has found their Wolverine and has cast him. And the thought of this is incredibly exciting, but also kind of makes us all feel a little bit nervous because you're bringing Hugh Jackman back, you're bringing the Wolverine back, the Wolverine that a lot of people say can't be replaced and was perfect except for the hype, and introducing the new one alongside of him. However, it looks like during the movie, we're not going to be really made aware that, hey, this Wolverine right here, this is the new one. It looks like Marvel Studios might actually make us guess a little bit, but I do like this. I like what Marvel Studios is going for, and it sounds like we're just going to be seeing Wolverine galore in Deadpool 3, which is great because this is what we wanted from Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So if you haven't heard recently, a lot of insiders have been talking about Deadpool going to a lot of different universes, seeing a lot of different Wolverine variants. This is something that we knew was pretty much going to happen. We knew Deadpool 3 was a big multiversal film, and we knew that he was going to see a bunch of different variants. In fact, Hugh Jackman himself confirmed there were going to be other Wolverine variants, and he himself would actually be playing some other Wolverine variants as well. But he is not going to be playing all of them. In fact, it sounds like what they're going to do with Deadpool exploring the multiverse, running into these other Wolverines, is actually pretty clever. It sounds like they're going to make a pretty good joke about it. From what we understand about certain plot points of Deadpool 3, Deadpool is going to essentially be exploring the multiverse, jumping from universe to universe. From there, hopefully we get what we wanted from Doctor Strange 2. We see a lot of different variants. And based off of what we've heard so far, that is what we are going to get. Variants of Deadpool himself, like seeing Kidpool, Lady Deadpool, and who knows what other kind of variants we'll see. And of course, we know that we're going to see some X-Men variants, and of course, Wolverine variants. In fact, you may have heard the other day that Daniel Radcliffe has been cast for Deadpool 3 for a secret role. Now, a lot of people, including myself, assume that this is for a Wolverine variant role, because it just makes sense, and it would be very clever for Marvel Studios to do. Cast a bunch of people who have been rumored to play the new Wolverine as variants of Wolverine in Deadpool 3. And ultimately, what we heard is going to happen is Deadpool is going to run into all of these Wolverine variants, and he is going to conclude, in true fourth wall-breaking fashion, I'm sure, that Hugh Jackman's Wolverine is the perfect Wolverine and can't be recast. This is just beautiful. It's a great joke. I know everybody's going to love to see it, but especially if Deadpool goes around looking at other Wolverine variants and then stumbles upon Hugh Jackman and goes, yeah, he is the Wolverine. There's no way Marvel Studios can recast him. Having that joke come after seeing people like Daniel Radcliffe playing Wolverine, who has been rumored to be in the running to play Wolverine for a while, or maybe Taron Egerton pops up as well, maybe Tom Hardy, anybody really who has been rumored to be in the running to play the new Wolverine. I think this is an incredibly clever idea. However, Marvel Studios might be planning something even more clever, and that is to actually include the new Wolverine as one of these variants. The new MCU Wolverine that could be around for an incredibly long time. But of course, I don't think that they're going to mention that, hey, this is the new one. In fact, Deadpool might even make a joke stating that that could be the worst possible choice for a replacement for Hugh Jackman. He could make that joke in the movie to throw us off, but also for something to come back to later on when this Wolverine actor appears yet again as the Wolverine. I think it would be really clever, and this is what I was actually hoping for in Multiverse of Madness. I thought that John Krasinski, even though that he appeared in Multiverse of Madness as a variant, could still play the main MCU Reed Richards. Why not? After all, John Krasinski's Reed Richards was in a universe where the Doctor Strange looked exactly like our Doctor Strange. The variants looked the same. So you could say the variant of Reed Richards in our main universe is John Krasinski. Looks exactly like him. Now, of course, all the insiders have said that that is not going to happen, but my fingers are still crossed, hoping that maybe Marvel Studios pulls a fast one on us. But remember, variants can look alike, but they also don't have to look alike. All the Spider-Man look different, some of the Lokis look different, but all the Doctor Stranges and Christine Palmers look alike. And of course, Wanda Maximoff. And insider KC Walsh kind of hinted that this could be a plan for Marvel Studios to introduce the real Wolverine. When people were speaking about Wolverine variants online, Leo Rydell stated, or maybe one of them becomes the main Wolverine after all of this chaos, in which KC Walsh responded with this GIF, implying that this might actually be the idea of Marvel Studios, and I think it would be extremely clever, especially if you consider that after Avengers Secret Wars, the multiverse probably isn't going to go back to the way it was. And this is hinted at to be even more true based off of the things that we've heard for Marvel Studios' plans for the Fantastic Four. We've heard that not only is the movie going to take place back in time, but also possibly take place in another universe. Grace Randolph came out and stated this, and a couple of other insiders have backed her up as well. And Secret Wars is about the multiverse, so it would make sense to have at least one movie show the perspective of another universe. Or in case of Deadpool 3, a lot of other universes. So leading up to Secret Wars, especially in Deadpool 3, we're going to start to see a lot of incursions happen. So universes are going to be colliding with each other, and we might get some heroes in our main universe who aren't from our universe. But what happens after Secret Wars? Is there a way to simply reset everything and make every single thing go back to normal? Or is the universe going to be forever different and only part of the universe, the multiverse, restored? There could be universes that are permanently fused together, and now, moving forward after Secret Wars, they have to live with each other in one universe. A lot of people have theorized that this could actually be how the X-Men come into the MCU, and would explain why we haven't seen any X-Men at all up to this point in the MCU, in which we still really haven't seen any X-Men. We've seen a couple of mutants, or I should say people with mutant genes, but we haven't seen any actual, real, official X-Men in the MCU yet. And perhaps that is because they aren't really fully, at least, in our universe, but Secret Wars could bring them in our universe, and if the multiverse isn't truly restored after, could leave them here. And this is a very clever idea because I think it could lead to a lot of different storylines. For example, the Avengers versus the X-Men. Perhaps they don't get along at first. You have one universe where the X-Men were the heroes, and then another universe where the Avengers were the heroes, and now all of a sudden they have to live in the same universe. That's the perfect opportunity to do an Avengers versus the X-Men. And it sounds like Deadpool 3 could be the perfect opportunity to introduce the real new Wolverine that is going to be in the MCU for, hopefully, an incredibly long time. The future really is unknown right now, but that actually makes it pretty exciting, wondering what is going to happen after Secret Wars. Is there going to be a reboot? Are they going to go back to Phase 1 and have new heroes so they can bring in another Iron Man and another Captain America and Thor, etc.? Or will they simply not fix anything at all and say, well, this is the multiverse now, it's shattered, and some of the universes are fused together, and there's no real way to undo it, so moving forward, you kind of just have to live with whatever state your universe is in. The great thing is, these options are all really refreshing. No matter how you look at them, it'll be very different, and the stories that we could have could be awesome. And we might be left with a new Wolverine for our Marvel Cinematic Universe in Deadpool 3. The only question is, will we be able to figure out who exactly it is? So when we finally watch the movie, be sure to keep an eye out and be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the latest Deadpool or new Wolverine news. And if you subscribe and leave a comment down below, you're automatically entered in our giveaway for a chance to win an Xbox Series X, a PS5, some Marvel Legends items, or some DC items. The winner gets to pick one item, and we pick a winner at the end of each month. Please don't forget to like the video, and of course you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter as well. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. With love.
Please subscribe, like this video. Have a great day, and please like this video. Thanks for watching, and see you guys. Bye.